It's been about 20 years since this movie came out, and a lot of people hate it. Is it bad as they say, though? Watch this review to find out. I'm inside and I saw Daredevil 2003. It is written and directed by Mark Steven Johnson. And if you haven't seen this movie, I will spoil it for you. This movie starts with following Matt Murdock and how he becomes Daredevil. He gets blinded as a child in a rather weird incident, to my opinion, because you got the guy, it goes slash these radioactive barrels, and then radioactive barrel goes directly into his eye, and I'm like, oh geez, who put those radioactive barrels there? That's not a good placement for them. I hope they got a lot of money, Matt Murdock and his family did, because no good. It's sue-worthy. Anyway, so now he has to learn how to braille, and he has superpower hearing and senses. You know how when you lose a sight, you gain in the other ones? It's basically that, but enhanced. We got Daredevil. What's cool about this guy? He's also a lawyer, and he does pro bono for criminals that he thinks is actually innocent. They're not criminals unless they're convicted, right? So he helps people who are innocent, does the pro bono, and he's doing a lot of pro bono. He's doing so much pro bono that it's actually jeopardizing the law firm. But he's like, I'm still gonna keep on doing it. And he does it. And he does Daredevil thing, which is he has this cool little baton, and you transform it from a normal blind walking stick. I don't know what they're called. I'm not blind. I wouldn't know. Using that stick as a weapon, I find to be really cool. Also, it's interesting, Daredevil, whenever he sees sound, it's cool. I like the visualization of it. It's kind of like some sort of whiteness for like the contours of everybody in the room whenever the sound goes. And it makes me wonder, how is he able to visualize the vibrations like this? Isn't he blind? What did it do to his eyes? It just made it so he lives in a constant state of darkness, but he can essentially see because of vibrations. I mean, I know bats kind of operate under the same philosophy. They're seeing via vibrations since it's so dark at night. You can't see. But anyway, Daredevil is really interesting. I find the blindness to be a really cool setback, but also it's not even a setback for Daredevil because he's evolved. He's changed his way. He was blinded young enough that he was able to be comfortable with being blind, and he's able to form skills around being blind to the degree where people constantly underestimate him because he's blind. Or in Daredevil form, they don't know he's blind. They can't tell. So I like this because it's a double-edged sword, the blindness. It's good to let people know you're blind in civilian life because they'll help you. He can blend in, kind of hide his power levels in regular civilian life, versus if a person who he's fighting knew that he was blind, then they would find a way to circumvent fighting him. They would just throw something at him so fast that he can't dodge it or something, and then he gets knocked out in the head. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. So I like Daredevil. I like the concept of Daredevil, and I want to see more Daredevil. I like how much action there is, and the pacing of this movie is well done. I feel very immersed within Matt Murdock's world. I don't feel pushed or shoved forward, or I don't feel held back. It's kind of just pretty good pacing, honestly. And what's interesting, he's, doing the Daredevil thing. He meets this chick. The chick's like, I'm not gonna give you my name. And he's like, that's kind of rude. Why? And he follows her outside, and they have a little bit of a fun duel. They have a bit of a kicky kick. They seem pretty evenly matched. I hope I didn't get bit by a mosquito. That would suck. I'm a ninja, but I'm not fast enough to outrun the mosquitoes. Anyway, so he meets Elektra. Elektra is her name. Her father works for Fisk, who is big bad boss man of the criminal underseedy body, what is the phrase? Underseed body, the seedy underbody of the city. And so he's trying to fight him. But what's interesting, she isn't necessarily on Fisk's side, and it seems like her father isn't either, to the point where he's like, I'm going to resign. And Fisk, in retaliation, is like, no, you're going to work until you die. And if you're not going to work, you're going to die. And then he just executes Order 66 on that mofo. Yeah! There's a guy after Elektra. Bullseye. And there's just so many active revenge plot threads in this movie. We got Elektra against Fisk, trying to avenge her father's death, obviously. It's kind of rude to have someone you like get murdered and not avenge them, actually. It would be very rude to do so. So Elektra is trying to do... And what's fun, they discover that Daredevil is blind, and they're able to use ultrasonic to kind of paralyze him in a, this hurts, I don't know where I'm going way. So much so that they're able to take Elektra and make it so they, Daredevil thinks that Elektra is dead, and so he's like, no! Right? And so he uses his fury to pummel through the criminal seedy underbody, go through Fisk. I'm gonna get you, Fisk. I'm gonna get you. And he does get her, and it's pretty great. He does get him, and it's nice. And she's, gone. He's sad. Dang. Daredevil finds a necklace, and it leads to where she would be. And then they reconnect, and then they have a little bit of a kissu. And that's pretty much the end of the movie. What I like about this movie, it establishes Matt Murdock and his world and his villains. And the villains are easy to understand the connection between Daredevil and, like, Elektra. Who are they related to? Stuff like that. Elektra is related to a guy who works for Fisk. Pretty interesting. Not even just a guy, but, like, somebody really high up in Fisk's team. I just want to see more Daredevil, doing more Daredeviling things. Yeah, there is a good amount of action. But personally, I want to see more Daredevil personality come out. I want to see him be in court, I think that's pretty interesting. Let me know what you think of Daredevil, the character, in the comments below. Any other aspect that I did not mention at all in this movie is because I simply didn't care that much about that part of the movie. I told you everything I cared about, which is the plot, which is everything. Just so you know. But if you think I left something important out, leave it in the comments below. I gotta give this movie 6.9 out of 10. If you like this review, watch another one. Platform where you like, set it. Patreon.com/ASEPresents for a $20 movie review. Link tr.ee/itsmintsalad right here. Helps support the daily grindiness of all the daily movie reviews. Go here. And until next time, I'm Mint Salad Saw. I'll see you later to my salad, croutons, and bacon bits. Oh. I gotta go help Daredevil. Is he fighting the Punisher? Yeah, I definitely have to go help Daredevil. Bye-bye.